Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to the channel. Hello, Goat Friend. Good to see you in chat. Let me know, Goat Friend, if my audio levels are correct and are comfortable. And we will start getting set up this Cessna 172 by WB Sim. We are in a really cool location. This is one of the free payware level airports that came with the most recent Caribbean update. Caribbean or Caribbean, whichever way you want to say it. I'm going to probably be saying Caribbean the entire video because I'm from the UK, so there's that. So this is Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Sierra, or Les Saints, or Les Saints, or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm not going to try and pronounce that correctly. But it's a beautiful, beautiful little airport. I mean, the scenery, the custom buildings and airport clutter just really, really make it look beautiful. Also, another thing about this airport, let me just go to showcase cam and grab the Xbox controller. The takeoff end of the runway is really interesting. I haven't seen I haven't seen anything sizable obviously take off from this runway. What are those two? It's just two bits of piping there. Guess canisters for catching rainwater maybe or something. So yeah, I mean look at the positioning of the runway in between these two hills, and then you've got this on short final, or as soon after the approach as possible, you've got these really horrible hills which you're going to have to turn out. You're going to have to do a quick turn out to the right hand side, depending on your climb performance. But the scenery just looks really, really beautiful. You've got some beautiful stuff, and it looks like we've got some custom. Oh look, yeah, we've got some custom stuff going on down here. Got some little fishing boats, fishing trawlers. Yeah, we've got some. This is custom. These things going on here. Got some containers with stuff in them. We've got some buoys or buoys. What is this over here? Kind of want to know what this is. Oh, lovely. Wow. It's a nice little feature with benches for people to just sit and chill on the beach, on the shorefront. That's beautiful. And that building there also looks custom. And the gravelly pebble area here looks all custom. Looks like they've done a little bit more to this place than just the airfield, which I really like. So looking at this airfield, we might do a touch and go. We might try and pick up a pattern and do a touch and go, just to see how we feel about the terrain. So on this side of the airfield, on the west side, we have just a beach with sand, and the threshold coming in within a few, literally a stone's throw from the water. So that's going to be a really, really fun little low approach right over the water, over the beach. A touchdown, and then up with the throttle again, and away we go. But the steepness of that hill on the approach, on the departure end, is just amazing. So it's a really tiny little island, really beautiful. So this is where we're going to fly out of today. Let's just go see the yeah, so there's no interior, which is fine. I'm not a big fan of interiors. I don't fly these sceneries for their interiors. I fly for the air side. I fly for the accuracy of the air side rather than any internal stuff. But on an airfield, yeah, there we go. On a scenery as performance friendly as this because of its size. Having internal stuff, you know, is fun, but generally I don't go for internals. Okay, goat friend, sounds fine. We'll tell if engine noise is too high. Looks great. Plaza, I think you call it. On 27, I would do right pattern. Yeah. We have a 8-knot wind from the south, which is actually going to give us a departure for 27 with a right-hand turnout. So we're going to do a departure on 27, right-hand turnout into the pattern, come back for a touch and go, and then depart to the north VFR. That's going to be our plan. So let's just go back to the what we were in. So without much further ado, as we say, let's just go and see what's going on. Let's just update VATSIM. We are logged on VATSIM today, and there is, last time I checked, there was San Juan Control, which covers Princess Juliana, which is where we're flying to today. And it looks like has he gone offline? Maybe SimAware is not quite loading up. Yeah, there you go. No, he's not gone offline yet. So Princess Juliana does have coverage for with the San Juan approach. So that's going to be that. So let us have a look. Let's just give you some flight planning stuff. So this is going to be VFR. As I said, this is going to be with a 9-knot crosswind. We're going to take off runway 27, right-hand turnout, immediate right-hand turnout, and then we're going to come into a pattern and do a touch and go, and then depart northwest, and we're going to go VFR up and across the west coast of this island here, passing over Balif, which is Tango Foxtrot Bravo, and then straight out over the water north on a 346 magnetic course up to Osborne International. We'll overfly Osborne International for about 4,000 feet, and then outbound to an NDB, Sierra Kilo Bravo NDB, about 44 nautical miles, and then from there we fly inbound to Princess Juliana. Now, they have a really good VOR at Princess Juliana, so that's what we're going to be using to go inbound. Despite the fact it's going to be a VFR flight, we are going to use that nav aid to go inbound. So we will then contact VATSIM from there and get some joining instructions and so forth for a full stop landing VFR at Princess Juliana. So that's going to be the flight plan, and that's going to be 4,000 feet. And is it going to tell us? No, okay, we have terrain clearance. Actually, we have just about 1,000 feet of terrain clearance everywhere we are, which is going to be great. Okay. With that having been said, I have already filed my flight plan on vPilot. So all that is remaining to me is to essentially get in the cockpit and do ourselves some checklists. So actually, just pause track AR before I jump into the cockpit. Let's just see if I can pull up the checklists for the WB Sim. Do I have? That is the question. Do I have WB Sim? No. I could. I could use the A2A. You know what? I might as well just use the A2A simulations checklist because it's a 172. It's the same model aircraft, and I think it should be fine. So let's go to their normal operating procedures in their manual, and let's go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's the checklists. Here is a brief summary of our speeds. Okay, checklists. Okay, so let's jump into the aircraft. Just also double check before I do. Everyone is happy on the live stream. Yep, everyone seems happy. Okay. So, upon entering the aircraft, I'm not going to do a walk around because the WB Sim It doesn't really feature a walk around. I mean, it doesn't ultimately do anything in the grand scheme of things. And until the A2A Simulations 172 hits Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm not going to worry about the walk around for this particular aircraft. So, cabin checklist, pitot cover remove. So let's go and fire on the battery master, and I believe I have to turn this on, and let's get the WB sim. Maybe I have to turn on the avionics. Oh, why was the parking brake not on? That should be on. Okay, some of these things have not been set up correctly. This is in a cold and dark state, and this is a new registration I'm running, so it should be a 0 hour on the tachometer. Yeah, there you go. I have 0 hour. Why do we not have... maybe we need... Maybe we need... okay, those two have come online, but no, I haven't heard any rumors. A2A don't. I'm just wondering what have I done wrong to not have. I can't remember which breaker it was. Which breaker was it you used to? Thought it was either the battery breaker or the AP, the autopilot breaker, to recharge the system, because I have a feeling we have ran the aircraft to flat. If I go WB sim 172 battery cart. I did this once before, didn't I? How can I reset? Okay. In-op breaker. Another great feature is when your battery drained. You can hook up an outside power when you're parked at an airport, and in a parking spot you can click in-op breaker to initiate the battery charger. Where's the in-op breaker? Oh. I'm clicking that, but nothing's actually happening. I mean, I've got... That's not allowing me to... This is annoying. I've got this all set up and it should work. There shouldn't be an issue here. Why don't I have any electric charge? I've got the avionics turned on. I've got the... This is just a load of... This is stupid. Why is this not working? Do I need to restart the air? Right. Do I need to restart? That is probably what I need to do. Just turn off the heater. Some hardware controller pushing some button. No, it's not. It's this has happened to me once before, and I think it's when I start up the aircraft on a new reg, the WB sim aircraft, and it's as if there's no battery power to anything. I'm going to change parking spot as well. Just make sure that I have gate. Okay. Fly. Let's just see if we have And I wasn't draining the battery while I was talking in the intro, because I literally jumped in the aircraft and then turned the battery master on. So now that I've ran it for the first time with that reg, and I've now just literally come back to it, so I've got everything set up as it should. Do I then... There you go. There you go. Now I have the ability to do that, you see. But it's always the first time with a new reg I start up. So now if I turn on the battery and the avionics, now it works. Look at that. Doesn't really make sense, but there we go. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so let's take a realism on. Engine wheel chocks. Let's take pitot covers, tie downs, and cowl plugs. State saving is on. Trim tab. I don't know what OC means, but that's okay. Okay, and then back to there. Right. Okay, cool. So, yep, okay. Right. So the nav is, I think the IRS, yeah, IRSs are firing up. Let's go to 30 Celsius. Wow. That's oh, I wish I had 30 Celsius right now, but there we go. Let's just go get have a look at a METAR. The nearest METAR, yeah, 29 Celsius, and a southerly wind is the nearby. There's the nearby larger islands METAR. So we've got more than enough fuel for the flight. So we're not going to worry about that. And that should be persistent. In fact, let's just go and have a look. Let's give ourselves 80% fuel. There we go. Not worried about that, but there we go. So let's go back to my checklist. Hey, Maka. I had the same problem last night, ended up changing aircraft in the end. Yeah, it seems like the very first time you start the WB Sim mod with a fresh registration and 0 hours on the tachometer, the electrics don't work. So you immediately have to just go back to the main menu and then refly the exact same reg and the exact same aircraft, and then all of a sudden it works as intended. So I don't quite know why that happens, it just does. So right, so I'm going to go back to my pilot's operating handbook. Check available on the aircraft. It is airplane weight and balance is checked. We just did that. Parking brake is set. Control wheel lock has been removed. Ignition switch is off. Avionic master is off, like so. Master switch on. Fuel quantity, check. We have good fuel on either side. Avionics master switch is on. Cooling fan, check audible for operation. Avionics master. Yeah, we can hear there is a fan running as far as I can hear. There's a whirring sound. Fuel selector valve is on both. Fuel shutoff valve is pushed in. Flaps extend. Just check that they work. Yep, looks like they do. Okay, I'm going to bring them back up. Pitot heat on. Pitot heat off. I'm not going to check to see if it's warm or not, but anyway, master switch off. Okay, turn that off. Elevator trim set for takeoff. Set. Baggage door check. Autopilot static. The static source opening. Okay, before starting engine. Pre-flight inspection complete. Passenger briefing complete. Seatbelts and harnesses are checked. Brakes set and checked. I'll do that on the initial roll. Electrical equipment is off. Avionics master is off. Fuel selector valve is on both. Fuel shutoff valve is on. It's pushed in. Avionics circuit breakers, check that they are all in. They are all in indeed. So that's the before start checklist. The engine starting with battery. So I'm going to disconnect. Oh, that's already disconnected. That's fine. Okay. So engine starting with battery. I'm going to turn on my avionics again. And I am going to just make a call to say La Saintes traffic, or La Saintes traffic. I'm just going to say La Saintes because I'm a European and no one else is around on VATSIM on Unicom right now, so I'm just going to do what I want. So here we are, ready to roll. There's no other aircraft around on VATSIM at the moment, but despite that, we will make the appropriate calls nonetheless. Same aircraft, we'll try again someday. Okay, yeah. It's 28 Celsius here and it's middle of night. Goodness me. Oh dear. You either have it or you don't, and you either love it or you don't. I guess that's the two things there. Okay, so let's just when I restarted the avionics, did the oh no, it's back. It's okay. That's the furthest in we can zoom. That's fine. So 122.8 is set on COM 1. That's fine. So we're just going to make a call on COM 1. So we are 9 Yankee Bravo Kilo. So here we go. La Saintes traffic 9 Yankee Bravo Kilo is doing an engine start on the general aviation area. La Saintes traffic. Okay, so we're going to do our engine start now. Let's see, throttle, 1/4 inch open, mixture, idle cutoff, prop area you shout clear and you make sure it is. Flashing beacon, let's turn the beacon light on, that is there. Auxiliary fuel pump switch on, and we want to turn it on and we want to put the mixture full rich for 3 to 5 seconds and then set to idle cutoff. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and back to idle cutoff. There we go. And then turn the fuel pump off. Okay, so then we do the ignition switch to start, and then release when engine starts, and then mixture advance smoothly to rich when engine starts. So here we go. Clear prop, and engage. There we go, and advance. And just tune the RPM to about 900 RPM and watch T's and P's. So oil pressure's come up immediately into the green and has stabilized, which is the best thing we could want out of that engine start. The vac pressure is good, holding. Amps are good and holding. Fuel flow looks okay. And the oil temperature will slowly just rise. So we'll just idle it and we'll just lean for ground operations so we don't run too rich on the spark plugs while up on the ground. So that is our engine start. So before takeoff is the next checklist. So we're just going to say what we want to do is we want to taxi to hold for runway 27. So La Saintes traffic 9 Yankee Bravo Kilo is taxiing to hold short runway 27 for VFR circuit and touch and go. La Saintes traffic. Okay, so let's get the taxi light on, nav light on. We don't need the pitot heat. Do we need the next checklist is literally the before takeoff checklist. So there's no taxi checklist as such with the A2A setup, but there we go. Okay, so let's just bump the throttle up. And brakes tested on initial roll. And let's set 1 notch of flaps. Let me know, folks, and obviously make sure that the helicopter area is clear ahead of us. The circle is actually a helipad. And as we come here, we want to just hold short of 27 and do a before takeoff checklist. So we're swinging into the wind, like so. Let's hold it there. Pop the parking brake on. Before takeoff checklist. Parking brake is set. Passenger seat backs are most upright position. Seatbelts, seats and seatbelts are checked. Cabin doors are closed and locked. Flight controls free and correct. They are indeed. Let's just make sure that we do in that and give the rudder a good tweak. Yeah, we're good. Full travel. So flight instruments set and check. We're going to take off runway 27. So let's select heading the heading bug roughly 27. Why does there it is. There you go. We also need to double check and sync the baro with the autopilot, so that's done. Okay, so throttles. Let's do a quick mix. Let's go mixture rich. Fuel select valve is recheck. It's on both. That is, and let's go 1800 RPM on the throttle. So set. Check mags. Left is good. Right is good. And check that there's nothing on the annunciator panel. Okay, and then bring it back to about 1000 RPM. Strobe lights as desired, so let's get the strobes on and the landing light on. Radios and avionics have been set. Nav and GPS has been set. Autopilot is off. Elevator trim is set for takeoff. Wing flaps have been set, 0 or 10, and brakes released. And okay, so there we go. Les Saints traffic 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo is taxiing onto runway 27 for a backtrack and a right-hand circuit with a touch and go VFR. Les Saints traffic. Okay. Are you using the Boris sound mode? I am indeed, and I like it. Hi, is this the default Asobo Cessna? No, this is the WB Sim mod for the default. With the sound pack, the sound pack mod also. So it's basically, as far as I'm aware, the best high fidelity version of a Cessna 172 you can get in Microsoft Flight Simulator until A2A Simulations bring their Cessna 172 into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And then we'll have AccuSim 2.0 and all that fun stuff. So here we are. Okay, we're just going to do a quick spin around. There's the beach. Goodness me, that is a close beach right there. Let's just bump up the throttle, touch those brakes. Okay. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's just hold the brakes while we just run through the normal takeoff. So the wing flaps are set, throttle is full open, mixture is rich, and above 3,000 feet lean. Elevated control, lift nose wheel at 55 KIS, climb speed is 70 to 80, and then retract flaps. Okay, so we're going to lift off at 55 and immediately be very VFR. So here we go. Full throttle, set, and I can feel that crosswind. And there is 50, 55. Nose wheel up. Goodness me. And I am going to do a right-hand turnout right now because that's scary. Goodness me. And bring. I feel like the trim was horrendous there. That was. And now I'm finally in the climb. That was scary. Okay, I'm gonna do a right downwind once I just get clear of that there. Les Saints traffic, 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo is turning right downwind runway 27. This will be a touch and go, Les Saints traffic. Okay. And there is a 700 foot in the downwind. So pull the throttle back. And let's creep up to 800 feet and then take stock of the situation here. Can't even see the airfield. Goodness me, this is interesting. I like it. What a beautiful island. Didn't use the fuel pump actually. That was my mistake. I don't think that was on the checklist though. So I'm gonna get. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm on the outside of this before I turn base. Right, just climbing up to 1,000 feet. So we know we've got 1,000 feet now turning base, and we're not even 80 knots, so. Okay, start my base turn. And we're in flat range, so. I don't think I need flaps right this second. And actually, I don't know. Actually, what with that terrain on the departure, I feel like a flaps up, touch and go might be the best. Les Saints traffic 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo is turning final runway 27 for a touch and go VFR. Les Saints traffic. Okay. Now I'm okay that I'm not on centerline because we do have a like 10 knot crosswind here. Yeah. So right, mixture is rich, and yeah, that is a gusty little crosswind there. So I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna do a flaps up touch and go. Yeah, I'm already gonna. Goodness me, that is gusty. Gusty. Here we go. Okay, rudder. Oof. I think I only just. Okay. Right hand turn out. Oof. It's because it turns into a tailwind on that right-hand turnout. It just all of a sudden feels horrible. You get that horrible sinking feeling. And let's not climb over that steep terrain. Let's actually just keep out over the water here. All right. So from let's turn northwest. There's the west side of that island there we need to be heading for. So we've got our nose in the right direction now. So let's just get set up. That's a bad gusty headwind or a crosswind. So okay, so that's the autopilot. That's the direction we want to be heading in. Now we've taken off, let's take the taxi and landing lights off. And let's throttle back to about 2,500 RPM, like so. Whew, there we go. Les Saintes traffic 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo is out of the circuit, departing the area to the northwest VFR, up to 2,000 feet. Les Saintes traffic. Okay. So we're going to go up to... oh, no, sorry, I meant 4,000 feet, not 2,000. Anyway, we're not going to be talking to them. We're not going to be talking to any local traffic from Les Saintes for the rest of the day, so... What a crazy little runway. That's so much fun. What a crazy little runway. That's brilliant. Just double checking chat. Yeah, we all look good. Okay. Whew. Right, so that's up through 1,000 feet. As we're in the climb, the wind seems to have stopped being so gusty, but that kind of makes sense. The gustiness would have come from that high terrain immediately around the vicinity. So why was I disconnected from... Something disconnected me. I'll just refile my flight plan. Apparently I was talking to no one whatsoever. That was weird. Anyway, I'm back on now, so let's just double check that I'm on Unicom. My squawk needs to be 7,000. I'm on alt. Yeah, so that's fine. And we need to be on the right hand, oh, sorry, not the right hand. We need to be on the west side of this island, which is this coast here. The Cessna 172 is just lovely. I do love it. Right, okay, so let's just lean. Well, it says lean the mixture above 3,000 feet, so that's what I will do. Just double check my flight plan does say 4,000 feet cruise, so I'm going to do that. Trimmed out really nicely in the climb. All I'm using is the rudder. I'm not actually needing to touch the ailerons or the elevators at this point. So the San Juan center frequency is 118.15. So let's put that in. Let's put it in. Oh no, sorry, that's VLOC. Duh. Let's go 118, like so, and then 15. Yeah, 118.15. Set. So that's in COM 2, so we know we can change to COM 2 whenever we want to go over from Unicom to... Okay, so that's 2,000 feet. We're just coming over this corner of the island now. And we basically fly up this coast until we, we fly up this coast until we then go across to the next island, which is Montserrat, I think it is. Yeah, Montserrat, which is again northwest. We're basically island hopping. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on the autopilot. I'm going to go heading hold. I'm going to autopilot on, heading hold on. And we are going to arm as we climb up to. Let's arm 500 feet per minute on our way up to 4,000. So you can see on our GPS we have TFFB ahead of us, and off the nose. I can't quite see it off the nose at the moment. There it is. It's a very small airfield. beautiful scenery. And as we get up here, actually, maybe 500 feet per minute is a little bit much to ask of that, because we're down to 80 knots indicated. Let's hug the island VFR until we get to the top corner of the island, and then we go northwest from there to our next visual point. So, does it have any click spot for headphone simulation? No, it doesn't. You can see where the headphones would plug in, but it doesn't have any adjusting noise compensation for headphone or microphone setup. It's just, you know, it's the way it is. So let's go QNH. It's 1011, 1,000 feet to go. Altitude. The altitude is armed. So vertical speed arm mode, which is good. Yeah, so let's kind of go pretty much straight due north along this coastline. Yeah, there's the airfield we just passed over. And up to about 4,000 feet. Now, that island off our nose, I believe actually that is our next island. So in going to the top corner VFR of this island and then striking out VFR across the water is a bit safer going from here, because if we have engine trouble as we get out, we're in glide range of the land from that point, and we're flying the closest distance from one point of land to the other if we go up here before we turn out across the water. So let's just keep going northerly heading here. Funny thing, since service update 12 or 13, there is a keybind option for headphone simulation, but it has never worked. It's been reported and tracked to Asobo, but they never fixed it. Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Asobo, say all the good and bad things about them you like, but they have taken on a huge, colossal task of trying to perfect a simulator environment. And it just means that of all the people working at Asobo, and of all of the bugs, all of the worst bugs than that they've got to track, I'm sure that one isn't terribly far up the list, unfortunately. But there we go. At least we've got Asobo giving us stuff, as opposed to just still being back on P3D or FSX, or, you know. I hear a lot of people in the community complaining about this, that, and the other, and it's like, we could sit and complain about it, or we could actually be thankful for all the really cool stuff that we've got in this sim. Because if we didn't have this, we would still be stuck with P3D. And I used to complain about P3D. I used to be doing that a fair amount. The performance, my computer's performance in P3D was nowhere near as smooth as this simulator, and that just shows you the modern code base that MSFS was designed on, because the P3D simulator was bought by Lockheed Martin from Microsoft years ago. They bought FSX and then they modded the old FSX code, but essentially the P3D simulator is basically the foundations of the code is FSX, which is back from what, 2000, 2010, 2005, something crazy, like 2010, something like that. Like old 32-bit stuff. Okay, now we're in cruise. We're going to come back to 2400 RPM. Set. And we have leaned for cruise. And we're just going to chill. So, yeah, so the performance that you would get, I mean, FSX and P3D for so long was only designed for single core processing. It was 32-bit for up until P3D version 4. Now they're on P3D version 6, so I've not got 6, so I don't really know what advantages there are. But for every new version of P3D from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you had to pay for the new version, and to get the standard license, it was 200 quid for a standard license. You could get an academic license, but then you had the academic watermark up in the top hand corner. So, and then and then every time there was a new P3D version, all of the add-ons had to be retweaked, recomputed. The code had to be tweaked for the new version, and yeah. But this setup, this simulator setup, I feel is a lot better than the P3D one. I mean, on launch it wasn't. Definitely on launch it wasn't. But 4 years down the road, and we're only now starting to get the really good add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now we're staring down the barrel of MSFS 2024, and I hope that MSFS 24, the compatibility is easy for devs to update to, and that it doesn't bust the bank. But the thing is that I now have a simulator where the performance is smooth with my system. I've got all the mods I want. I'm starting to get all the aircraft I want. I'm really scratching my head as to why I would even upgrade to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 at this point. I feel like I'm going to stick with 2020 for a good while until I see some definitive reasons as to why I would actually need to upgrade. But I may change my tune as we go, but we'll just have to see. So. Okay, so from here, we can basically head out. We can see the top. This is basically the top right hand corner of the island. We could head out. We've got good VFR visual on that, so let's head out towards Montserrat. Which is about so. Here we go. And there we go. Let's just double check my ground speed. Ground speed's 120. That's fine. Like a sober, but that one got me annoyed since it should be so simple to fix. The headphone is in the sim. It is in the sound options, but the keybind is not working to give it. Yeah, right. Got to leave the keyboard for a while, but we'll have your stream up on the TV. Keep it straight and level. Thank you, goat friend. Will do. And for those of you who are watching as well, feel free to strike up a conversation in chat with your thoughts and feelings on things. go. So, still on Unicom. And again, 1815 is on COM 2, ready to go when we need it. I'm not terribly worried. What? I suppose. Do you know what? I might actually just kick it back up to 25. I don't want to be here all night, so let's kick it back up to 25 and see what we can do. Now, does Fly Live Studio have my ETA? It does. It does. 2098. So basically, the ETA is just before 9 p.m. Zulu. So that's tracks accurately. That's pretty accurate. Yeah, I can see my speed is climbing up now a little bit. I've got a 22 knot tailwind as well. So we're getting out there. I do love the Cessna without the wheel covers. I do like those little wheels. It's a lovely shaped aircraft. I like the 172. Going well. Fuel flow is all right. Maybe it's a bit much on the fuel flow, but you know, we're only going another 120 nautical miles. It's not crazy. Okay, so let's have a look at the cruise checklist. Cruise checklist says 2,000 to 2,400 RPM, no more than 80% is recommended. Actually, in that case, I will pull back to 2,400. That's the A2A checklist telling me that. So, elevated trim, adjust, mixture, lean. That's the cruise checklist. And then we've got the descent checklist when we need it. Okay. All is quiet on the Western Front. So that landing, that touch and go, was actually negative 276 feet per minute at 83 knots. I'm looking forward to going back and rewatching that touch and go at that airfield. It was a bit hasty, and I did the touch and go. I felt the mains come down and the wheels, but then I was so desirous to get off the ground. I feel like it felt more like a bounce and then a long float and then a pull up, rather than a continuous connection with the ground until I wanted to pull up, if that makes sense. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I can hear the tone of the engines kind of slow down a bit, and we're 118 knots over the ground. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to tune the Sierra Kilo Bravo ADF, which is 325. Set. We're not going to pick that up immediately, obviously, but we're also going to pull up the DME, which is also there, which is Robert L. Bradshaw St. Kitts, which is 1200. So let's do that on the thingamidoo. So that's 1200 set. And that should give us that shouldn't give us any radial information, but it should give us distance. So we're 64 nautical miles away from Bradshaw, St. Kitts, which is the next waypoint after this island. So that is the situation. All is going well. Fuel flow is going good. Actually, with my with my weights and balances, I'm going to keep it. No, it's on kilos or liters. Okay. What I like in the A2A Simulations touchscreen tablet is that it shows the fuel. It shows the fuel in the tanks in gallons. And it means that when I come down here to the fuel flow in the command sheet and I look at the fuel flow in gallons an hour, I can then start to estimate my flight time, my endurance in flight time, which is really helpful for longer cruises and stuff. But in this aircraft, you're not going to do that. You can only look at it in kilos or liters. I could change that in the options, I think, but excuse me, there we go. This island looks a bit taller than I thought it was going to be. Interesting. So, what we can do actually is we can pull the local QNH from this airfield up here, and that will give us an adjusted. No, it's still 1011. Okay. The QNH here at this island is still local, is still 1011, so we're still good on our local QNH for our altitude. Because I felt if we continue down the way, we might start to not be accurate on our altitude because it's based on a QNH which is no longer in the same locality, if that makes sense. But there we go. It's nice just taking a chill time on VATSIM, doing a VFR cross country in a place in the world that you're not familiar with, and just getting used to somewhere else in the world instead of, cloudy, rainy UK. There's more ATC online in the UK, obviously, than there would be right now in the Caribbean, but I want to learn to fly in a new place, and I want to explore, so that's what I'm going to do. And okay, there's not a ton of ATC online, but I've just had to kind of come to terms with that until we get some exceptional ATC application, like maybe What is that one coming out? What is it called? Beyond ATC. I really want to see what Beyond ATC does with general aviation aircraft and smaller airfields than the ones they've so far shown, because so far they've only shown airfields such as, you know, large international airports and large commercial aircraft, which are all very well, and that's good that they get that down, but I want to see what they can do with small airfields and small aircraft. Because if they could nail the general aviation scene in flight simulation, where they have, you know, 172s, 182s, Cessna Caravans, you know, what have you, coming in and out regularly from general aviation airfields, it would create an ATC environment for the general aviation VFR flyer that is essentially unmatched by anything else. VATSIM, IVAO, the only times you get like properly staffed small airfields with, you know, lots of lovely GA traffic is the very, very rare when you actually get that. Which means that trying to make videos like this on my channel in general aviation VFR conditions is not terribly realistic. So, because VATSIM just doesn't have that sort of environment. Didn't they say they will release it with IFR only and then later add VFR? I didn't hear that, goat friend. I'd be interested to find out what exactly they say on that. I didn't hear that, but if you did, good to hear. That makes sense. I mean, from a development standpoint, to be able to nail IFR traffic and get that working really good, and then to focus on another aspect is a good idea. So, I'm asking you, I don't know. I don't know then. I mean, so I just look on their Discord, and on the Beyond ATC Discord, all I've seen is development videos on, you know, large intercontinental or, you know, A320 regional jets in larger airfields. I've not seen anything really to do with they made it post on the 8th of January. Interesting. Taxi control. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I might go on to their Discord and see if I can ask someone, see what they say. So the island is looming, and now remember, we have a tailwind, so we're not going to get any rotary turbulence off of those mountains at this position. If the wind was coming out of the northwest, then yes, I would be more cautious approaching the island in the leeward side, where you'd get more turbulence. But we should expect turbulence as we get over the top of the island over here, and as we go further northwest, we might get some kickback off these peaks. So that's something to watch. And I know that turbulence induced from terrain is something that I think has been modeled in the live weather. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It was something that Active Sky Next apparently did, but I never really ran into much of that in Active Sky Next in P3D. But I have ran into very local turbulence from terrain-induced, you know, stuff in this simulator. So I do know it is a thing here. One thing I don't think they do in this simulator, though, unfortunately, is wake turbulence, which I think would be really cool if they could, because, you know, that would make wake turbulence in VATSIM, you know, a proper thing, especially for the small aircraft. I have watched some Say Intentions videos and streams. Looks cool, a bit pricey though. I would try it a month if it wasn't. I'm taking a break from Microsoft Flight Simulator. Say Intentions. Who is that? Is that a guy on YouTube or something? Some Say Intentions videos and streams. What's Say Intentions? Oh, is that another ATC platform, like an ATC app or something that's being developed? And you're saying Say Intentions is VFR only. Interesting. It's AI ATC and it's for VFR only. I must look into that. Is it a monthly subscription plan, or is it a one-off payment? Oh, there we go. There's that. Look at that. There's that turbulence I was talking about. And look, the ADF, our ADF beacon has just come in. There's that turbulence I was talking about. And that's on the leeward side of this island. We're probably getting some lift, some turbulence off this portion here. Yeah, actually, it's just over this section here. The wind is coming from this direction to hit us here. So now is when I should be expecting. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so our VFR point, there you go. There's the airfield on this island in Montserrat. Tiny runways. That's amazing. I bet you these islands would be brilliant places to come with small business jets. Okay, now we've got the ADF. Let's fly via the ADF. So let's make our turn. Not too far to the left. Let's make our turn nonetheless. And the next island, we can't quite see it with the cloud. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, we've turned a bit further to the left because the wind is a slight crosswind. Yeah. You see, now we're getting a few kicks from this terrain, which is lovely to see when you explain it and you plan for that turbulence and you expect it based on the terrain you're flying over, and then it happens exactly when you think it's going to happen. It really is very satisfying to see that turbulence simulation in action in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, see, now that airfield is only big enough for general aviation aircraft and small biz jets. As far as I can see, maybe a small turboprop or something like that. So yeah, there's the kicks. There we go. Now this small airfield is actually on my route. My track from my last waypoint, which was this airfield, to the next one, my track actually goes directly over that little atoll, if you like. So I know I'm going in it's essentially VFR connect the dots here, which is fun. Just double check that my RPM is still good. So I know I'm going in the right direction, and the ADF is holding well. It's wobbling a little bit, but at this range it would. We are 40 nautical miles away from the ADF, so we're okay. And that DME beacon is the same location as the ADF. So we've got the two of them. We've got the distance to the ADF point, so that's fun. Subscription, yeah, I think it was $30. But you can really talk. To it. Watched a stream, and streamer made PyRep about turbulence, and ATC understood it and replied, "Wow." Goat friend, can you link me that video in the chat? That would be really cool to watch if you've got it in your history or something. If not, I can find it. What's it called? Let me see. Say Intentions. Let me go and check this out. Let me just go YouTube. Say Intentions for MSFS. Okay. Welcome to sayintentions.ai. Ah, okay. Actually, I did actually.
Sound like
Yeah. I'll go watch some of their videos then. Yeah, they've done some live streams and stuff 2 weeks ago. Okay, cool. I'll pay attention to that. Thank you. Okay, so Montserrat, the local QNH is now 1012. So let's adjust our local QNH. There it is, 1012. And actually the METAR for the airfield we just passed over, the wind gusting has strengthened from the south from 16 to 27 knots gusting, which is a crosswind of 16 to 27 knots. So it's pretty windy at Montserrat, where we just came from, over there. But then you've got to think it's quite exposed. That the airfield at that elevation was quite exposed, I noticed. So for A2A simulations, if the next aircraft they release, or if the next 2 aircraft they release, if one of them is the Aerostar, which I know it should be not far away. I think it's highly likely that the Aerostar is one of the 2 aircraft that they're producing next. The Aerostar is essentially one of the fastest twin GAs out there, as far as I'm aware, non-turboprop GAs at least. I remember that's what they said. So that's kind of like a little mini bizjet, a prop bizjet, similar to the kind of Cessna or 414 kind of style of things, I guess, but faster than the 414, as far as I'm aware. And that would be really fun for exploring all these little Caribbean islands. We just need some good ATC, that's all. So after St. Kitts, we can then think about contacting ATC. And he is still online. Long may he be so. So what I'm going to do, just in between now and the time that we, let me just have a look at things. In between the time in between now and the time we hit that terrain, I'm going to quickly run and use the bathroom so that we don't feel uncomfortable by the time we get into St. Julia. So I will be back in a few moments. Okay, I am back. Right. So we're not far away now. Yep, there's the okay. The one issue we've got though is the weather is coming in. We've got some cloud layers obscuring the terrain, and that's not what I enjoy. So let's go to the METAR for the next. There's an airfield on the other side of that island there, ahead of us. Let's go pull the METAR for that island and see where that cloud. Yeah, that's minimum VFR already. So it's broken at 1800. QNH 1009 broken at 1800. Oh, 30 Celsius. Showers in the vicinity. So if that's broken at 1800, the METAR says nothing about the cloud further above. So we should be above, we should be, 2,000 feet above the cloud layer. But the question is, the further we go, are we going to just come into more and more and more cloud? Let me just go check the METAR for the next further along. Okay, so the next airfield further along is 1400 scattered. You see, so we've got, this is the one that we're coming up to. This is this island here is this island here, and you can see that the weather here is it's broken. It says here broken at 1800, ceiling at 1800 with showers in the vicinity. QNH 1009. But then the following one is VFR conditions, scattered 1400. So, and then what about that's just unknown? Okay, that has nothing going on there. So, question is, and then from here it's basically a straight run to St. Martin, which has scattered 3400 and few at 2000. We would want to come in. I say we descend to 3,000 feet. No, I'd say go down to 2,000 feet to come into Princess Juliana. I feel like 4,000 coming over this. I'm not 100% how I feel about this. Because we can't see the terrain. We genuinely cannot see that terrain. So what I'm gonna do, well, I say that and then I come into a break in the clouds. Okay, I'm gonna head out in this direction so that I'm gonna head out in this direction a bit so that I steer well clear of the peak, because if I can't see the peak and it's obscured in cloud, that is a hazard, a definite hazard. So I'm gonna fly where I can visually see the ground beneath me and I can see my relationship to the peak at all times through the cloud, rather than there's no way I'm going to fly directly over that terrain with that peak within 1,000 feet of me with cloud coming in and out. Yeah, you see now the cloud's moving off and it's, it's broken. It's not overcast. It's definitely broken, but I don't want to be too close to that. Beautiful terrain. Again, you can't really... yeah, you can see the offset I'm flying here with this wind. You can't really beat Microsoft Flight Simulator for the terrain, especially for VFR. It's just... You know, in P3D and other, you know, platforms, you would pay through the nose for regional packages of orthographic scenery like this. You would pay for individual regional packages for scenery to this level of quality, but yet we now have this all globally within one simulator and running as smoothly as it is. It really is a step up. We just need some good aircraft. We need A2A to pump out those captain of the ship airliners, and we'd be golden. Do you know what? Like, if I get the Connie and the Stratocruiser from A2A Simulations in Microsoft Flight Simulator, screw 2024. I don't need Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 ever. Like, if I have it in MSFS, that's all I need. And there are other things coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator, like the Argonaut, which is the BOAC or the BOAC DC-4 that they used in the 50s, along with the Constellation for the far eastern routes. So, and that will be coming from FS Flight Sim Replicas, I think they are. FS Replicas, Flight Sim Replicas. They're currently doing Spitfires and naval carrier-borne, yeah, flight replicas. It's these people, Flight Replicas. They are doing, they will have in production at some point in the future. I've talked to the guy and he's confirmed multiple times. He will have the DC-4 and the British version of the DC-4 for BOAC, which was they called it the Argonaut. It was basically the Canadian version, the Canadian licensed version of the DC-4, which was the Canadair, I think they called it, the Canadair. Right, okay, now we have cleared that peak. Let's come round again to about there. Now we've got a good view of it, and remember, we are flying around the peak on the windward side of the peak, because if we went around the right hand side of that peak at this altitude, we'd be hit by all that turbulence, and that's not really what we want. So we flew around the clean side of the ridge, or the clean side of the peak, which is what we wanted. So now we're coming inbound. We are 11 nautical miles away from our next waypoint, which you can see by the ADF needle. We are getting closer to. We're just tracking slightly to the left of track for that wind we've got behind us, which is pushing up from the south. We've got a strong wind almost directly south from the south, so it's pushing on our left-hand hind quarter. So, and I see on VATSIM we've got an ATR coming in at 12,000 feet on our 1 o'clock. So we'll watch out for him. Beautiful scenery. Oh, there's his lights right there. Yeah, so this cloud, I tell you what, I'm not a fan of this cloud still, but because I know the next island has some terrain up there as well, I have a feeling I want to stay up here. But then if I stay up here and the cloud thickens, then I'm stuck. Unless I drop my VFR flight plan and then go IFR. There he is. Yeah. This METAR up ahead says that the clouds are scattered at 1400. They definitely don't look scattered. They look broken at 1400. So that's where the METAR, which was probably, when was that METAR actually? That METAR was taken at 1600. $29 minutes ago. Okay, it was taken at 8 p.m. It was taken at 8 p.m. Zulu. So it's 29. It's half an hour old. I genuinely still feel though that is a bit more than scattered. That is definitely like between scattered and broken. Beautiful scenery. Oh, we've got a little bit of underwater stuff going on there. Yeah, and again, we've got a peak up here, nudging through the clouds. I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm supposed to be VFR. This is not good. Okay, so I am going to descend so that I can visually see the island. Let's go down to 1500. And altitude. And arm that. Okay. And I'm going to turn off, because I can see terrain there, so I'm going to descend down through this gap in the clouds. Yeah, so I'm still in visual sight of the coast, so I know I'm not overhead a mountain, and I'm going to descend down through this level of, let's just increase my descent rate there. That's perfect. Actually, that's perfect. Look at that. I can still see the coast, and I'm descending down through the layer, and then I'm going to pass around the around the island, sticking to the coastline, underneath the layer of cloud, because this cloud layer is, I mean, it's, the METAR says it's scattered, but it's definitely more than that, so yeah, but that's fine. Hey Ronnie Patrick, love watching your videos, having watching them for years. Oh, thank you, that's very kind of you. It's nice to chat with viewers who have really stuck around for a long time. So thank you for sticking around, and thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying them. There's the airfield, where the METAR is not completely accurate. Okay, actually, so now we're down. That cloud. That cloud doesn't seem to have been such a big deal. Now that let's go back up to 2400, and let's just correct our mixture slightly. So now that we're down below that cloud level, it doesn't look as bad as it was when we were above it. I don't know if that's just that the weather has changed a little bit in the last, since we descended, but there we go. And I feel like the decision to descend from what I could see up at 4,000 was justified to maintain VFR. So I just read Say Intentions has a free mode. If you stay in 30 miles around a certain area, you can fly and try it out, maybe stream it. That sounds okay. I'd be up for that. You know, if you're staying within 30 miles of a certain airfield. Problem with staying down low like this is we are going to hit the turbulence, and when we come around the side of this mountain, this yes, right. I mean, it can't be perfect on a global scale, but you know. Beautiful areas. I just wonder what it's like to live in these places. It makes me want to actually travel to these places and actually see them in real life. These little harbors and coastal towns and villages and these buildings and okay, there. I think that's Princess Juliana right there, those islands. So let's just swing around. Not, oh, whoa, yeah, gusty. Let's swing around, not get too close to that terrain, but we want to kind of head in that direction now. Whoa, look at that. Yeah. I wonder if it was updraft as we came over that promontory. There's a fort. Oh, I missed that. There's a series of forts on that promontory that we literally flew over the top of. But we did experience a big updraft there, just as we. Okay, yeah. So let's head in this direction now. Okay, so let's tune actually. Let's tune the VOR, which is 1300. Set, and we've got ourselves. Let's go nav hold on the autopilot, and we will be holding. We will be flying the nav into the radial of hello. Okay, it's just acquiring the radial. That's fine. I don't like crossing water at 1500 feet, so what we're going to do is we're going to climb again up to I'm going to go. You know what, let's go back up to 4,000. Let's arm that. So we're going back up to 5,000 feet. Let's go mixture rich. Sorry, 4,000 feet. So we're going to go back up to 4,000 feet and see how things go. Yeah, so it's interesting to see how localized the weather patterns are in the Caribbean. Around different islands there are slightly different wind patterns, there are different QNHs, and the cloud layers are a bit different. So that's interesting to find. I don't really know how well Asobo does weather for the Caribbean. I've heard that it can be quite bad in places, particularly as soon as you get away from an island's METAR. The weather system can't really get you any accurate local weather, so it just defaults to its global weather patterns, and so it kind of makes the weather a bit weird in some places in places like the Caribbean, but as opposed to having, like, across Europe hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of data points of local METARs to build the map of the weather off. You're only building the map of the regional weather off of, like, several island airport METARs. So yeah, anyway, so we're 36 nautical miles out from Princess Juliana. We should probably think, now that we have passed St. Kitts, we should probably think about tuning their yeah, we're just coming into his control zone, so let's go COM 2. Once we level at 4,000...
KLM 297, roger, winds are 200 at 16 on departure, heading 180, runway 10 to lift takeoff.
Okay, that was a bit loud, but okay. So 3,000 feet, we are flying through clouds. Okay, dang it, flying through clouds again.
American 1385, are you able to proceed direct Tanner at this moment? Tango, November, November, Echo, Romeo.
Yeah, we should...
No worries, I can also just keep you on the vectors.
God, we shouldn't be... It's just one cloud, I promise.
That will be Tango, November, November, Echo, Romeo.
It's just one cloud, I promise. I just don't want to fly down at 1,500 feet over water like that.
Chicago 201, verify you're proceeding direct of Vaki at this moment. Descend and maintain 2,600.
Descend and maintain 2,600, stop at 201.
Okay, that cloud, yeah. There's a big... Okay, now I'm through this. I'm through these few clouds. There's a big bank of clouds up ahead. And that...
American 1385, you are 9 miles from Tanner. Maintain 3,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 10 approach.
Okay, 4,000. Actually, I might try and dodge through the gap there. That might actually be my plan. So we're 28 nautical miles south.
Silver wing 0107, descend to 4,000 feet, Juliana, QNH 1010.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1010, silver wing 0107.
Okay, set. San Juan Center 9 Yankee.
KLM 297, San Juan Center, radar contact. Say altitude. KLM 297, climb maintain flight level 190. Roger.
San Juan Center.
And KLM 297.
Trying to.
Proceed on current heading until you join Lima 577.
Hang on. San Juan Center 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo. Oh no, I'm still transmitting on.
Silver Wing 0107, speed 170.
118.15.
Speed 170, Silver Wing 0107.
Okay, let's just. Oh, this cloud. Oh, crap. Okay, at least I'm coming in.
Silver Wing 0107, are you able to direct the Vaki?
Yes, sir.
Silver Wing 0107, proceed direct to Vaki.
Direct the Vaki from Silver Wing 0107.
Okay, while I was changing the frequency, we literally am now IFR, unfortunately. But give us a few seconds, we might break through. Right, I need to. San Juan Center, 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo.
9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo, San Juan Center, standby. American 1385 Heavy, runway 10, clear to land, winds calm. And emergency equipment is standing by.
Nope. Okay, he's handling an emergency. Okay, let's get the METAR for St. Martin. Okay, oof. The wind is 13, gusting 24. QNH is 1010. Set. So scattered 3,400 and few at 2,000. I need to get down to 2,000. I'm going to go down to 2,000 feet. Right, I'm going to do that on my own initiative. He's not told me what to do yet, but I am actually not going to wait for him. Arm that. Okay, I'm going down to 2,000. QNH 1010. Right, he said stand by, so he knows I'm trying to contact him. Yeah. And I know I'm coming in on the radial, so I'm not bothered about my, you know.
November Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo, San Juan Center. State your request.
San Juan Center 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo is a VFR approximately 19 nautical miles south of St. Martin, requesting a full stop VFR QNH 1010, descending to 2,000 feet to avoid cloud layer.
November Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo, your radar identified. Proceed direct to the St. Martin Airport, maintain VFR, and enter left downwind for runway 10. Advise establishment field.
Maintain VFR and proceed direct to the airfield and enter left downwind for, was that, say again the runway for Bravo Bravo Kilo.
Runway 10.
Enter left downwind, runway 10, and maintain VFR, Bravo Bravo Kilo, thank you.
No worries.
Okay, 3,000. So he is giving me runway 10, so left downwind, runway 10. I know what that's going to look like. So that's good. So I'm descending to 2,000 feet.
Avianca 1227, 7100 ground frequency. Yes, but this is an FAA facility, so English.
Someone's trying to talk to him in a different language. So we do actually have an ATIS at Princess
Avianca
Juliana.
1227, winds calm, runway 8 clear for takeoff.
Let me see, QNH 1010. Yeah, it's pretty much what we've been looking at.
Avianca 1227, winds calm, runway 8 clear for takeoff.
So, checklists. Descent checklist power is desired. Mixture adjust for smooth operation. Altimeter has been set. Nav and GPS has been set. Fuel selector valve is on both.
American 1385,
flaps
heavy
as
welcome to San Juan. Do you require any further assistance? American 1385, ground frequencies online, 121.9. They'd like to hear your voice.
They would like to hear your voice. Okay, so I know there's a Learjet in
And Chicago 201, clear to land, runway 10.
201, clear to land, runway 10.
Silver 0107, 8 miles from Avaki at Avaki, cleared RNF approach, runway 10.
Okay, RNF approach 1010 for Silver 0107.
KLM 297, I know you're about to reach your cruise altitude. Just giving you a crossing restriction ahead of time. Cross Gouda, flight level 70, descent when you intend to descend, when you reach top of descent.
Okay, no problem. We'll cross Gouda at flight level 70, and confirm, is that going to be Gouda on the RNAV runway 10 approach?
Affirmative, Gouda RNAV 10 approach, unless you're unable.
Not a copy, we should be fine.
And KLM 297, one more thing, Gouda at 250 knots.
Gouda 250 knots and flight level 70, KLM 297.
JetBlue 755, Lugo at 250 knots.
To go 250 knots.
So the runway heading is actually
Yeah,
096.
like I said earlier, my autopilot is not working anymore, so I have to do a manual approach.
Chicago 201, welcome to St. Martin, taxi to Raptor, discussion, good day.
After that, nice shot, sir.
And JetBlue 755, you are totally correct, I forgot, I didn't write it down. Thanks for letting me know again, and just continue to present heading.
Roger.
Okay, so the field is right about there. And we need to fly and join left.
Silverwing 0107, speed restrictions canceled.
Just speed restrictions cancelled for Silver 0107, thank you.
San Juan Center, 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo. Did you give me a join left downwind runway 10?
And 9 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo, I did, I just realized my mistake. My brain is a little bit fried already. Enter right downwind for runway 10.
Excellent, thank you very much. Enter right downwind runway 10 Bravo Bravo Kilo.
And thanks for keeping me in check.
No worries. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. Okay, I do see I've got a turboprop over on my left-hand side somewhere.
Okay, that's 297. We're descending to cross Gouda at flight level 70 at 250 knots.
And Avianca aircraft calling on San Juan, Avianca 1227, runway 8, you are cleared for takeoff.
Okay, that ATR is okay, I need to be actually
JetBlue 755, turn right heading 220, vectors for sequencing into Juliana.
okay.
Turn right to where? How much?
Heading 220.
220.
Silver wing 0107, winds 160 at 13, gusting 24, clear to land, runway 10.
Clear to land, runway 10, Silverwing 0107.
Okay, I'm approaching.
Niner Yankee, Bravo, Bravo, Kilo, traffic at your 10 to 11 o'clock at 10 miles, 2,500 feet is an ATR 46.
I can see it.
ATR 43 advice in sight.
Thank you. We have the traffic, Niner Yankee, Bravo, Bravo, Kilo.
Niner Yankee, Bravo, Bravo, Kilo, maintain visual separation from the traffic and follow that traffic inbound.
Maintain visual separation from the traffic and follow that inbound. Are you still happy for us to continue the circuit?
At this moment, I prefer if you just follow the traffic. You can disregard the circuit.
Okay, disregarding circuit and turning left to follow the traffic in Bravo, Bravo, Kilo. Thank you. Okay. You hear that double click? It even.
Avianca 1227, radar contact, say altitude.
Okay, he's even putting on the Spanish accent for those guys. You hear the double click was actually the...
Affirmative, Avianca 1227, radar contact, say altitude.
Okay, so 1,000 feet. And we need to be watching for that traffic. That traffic is just off our nose.
Avianca 1227, climb and maintain, flight level 380.
There it is. 1 o'clock in the descent. And we need to maintain good separation with him. And we will.
Jet 275, I think there's an aircraft in front of me going to land. Can you make him land first and then I'm right after him?
JetBlue 755, can you repeat that?
I think there's an aircraft in KLM is trying to land. So Martin, would you let him land first and then I'll land after him?
That's the plan.
Command Center, KLM 880 at the St. Martin Airport, Alpha 3. Information Charlie, request clearance to Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, guys. Before landing checklist.
KLM 880.
Seatbacks, passenger seatbacks.
You are clear to the
set,
Trinidad
seat
Tobago
belts
Airport
set,
via
set,
Model
fuel
2
selectors
departure,
on,
Zapata
both.
transition,
Mixture is rich,
flight 100,
taxi and
initial
landing
climb,
lights
flight level
are on.
150,
Autopilot
squawk
is
7357.
Before landing checklist complete. Normal landing, airspeed is 65 to 75, wing flaps as desired, airspeed with flaps down 60 to 70.
Via the Model 2 departure transition Zapata, and squawk is 7357 and initial climb 150, KLM 880.
Silverwing 0107, make a left when able, back or backtrack as necessary and expedite, you have traffic inbound.
And 90 Yankee Bravo Bravo Kilo is final, runway 10.
Avianca, climb and maintain, flight level 380.
I hope he heard that. If I don't get
Bravo Kilo, make a right orbit for traffic on the runway.
right orbit, traffic on the runway, Bravo Bravo Kilo. Flaps up.
JetBlue 755, flight heading 120.
Sorry, 120.
KLM 297, descend 2,600 feet, Juliana QNH 1010.
2600, 1010, KLM 297.
And Avianca 1227, fly direct Gambo intersection at this moment.
Yeah, I did cut that pretty fine, I suppose. That was my mistake.
It will be direct Gambo, Golf Alpha November Bravo Oscar.
Okay, let's just stay.
Silver 0107, taxi to the ramp at your discretion. Thanks for the help.
Taxi to the ramp at discretion, field 0107, thank you.
9 Bravo Kilo, clear to land, runway 10.
Clear to land runway 109 Bravo Kilo, thank you. Okay.
KLM 297, you are approximately 10 miles from Avaki, Avaki cleared, RNAV approach runway 10.
Avaki cleared RNAV approach runway 10, KLM 297, thank you.
Fuel pumps on. Aircraft is set. I feel like I only need about 1 notch of flaps actually for this. We probably keep our speed slightly higher. All my checks are complete. We've done our right hand orbit. Because the wind is gusting, I'm going to not put out too much flaps here. Yeah, look at this gusting. This is pretty crazy for an aircraft like this as well. This might be ugly. Okay, a little bit low on the pappies. Let's just make sure that we've got more than enough room. I mean, I'm used to flying bigger aircraft.
JetBlue 755, speed 210 or slower. Fly heading 090.
90, speed 210 slow.
Okay, that's crab. Oh, hello. Oh, no, don't gust. Don't gust. Ooh, hello. Oh, that was so much better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, can we make that turn off? Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness, what a legend. Okay, strobe off. Landing light off. And fuel pump off.
Foxtrot, hello, radio check.
Air France 100 Foxtrot, San Juan Center, 5x5.
Air France 100 Foxtrot, with you descending to flight level 330.
Roger, stand by. 9er Bravo Kilo, welcome to St. Martin. Parking your discretion, have a good day.
Parking at my discretion, thank you very much for your ATC, and have a good day. 9er Yankee Bravo, Bravo Kilo.
You too. KLM 297, clear to land, runway 10.
310, clear to land, thanks, KLM 297.
KLM's
Wind
coming
16013, gusting 24.
Copy.
Gusting 24, yeah, that's for a Cessna,
JetBlue
that's over the
755,
limitations for a
descend
Cessna.
2,600 feet.
Why is there a 737
2000.
KLM? Oh, well, I suppose you might be doing regional stuff down to Dutch
San Juan, Sun Country 732, information Charlie Juliana, clearance Minneapolis.
Sun Country 732, I'm not showing a flight plan for you. Verify you're connected with the right call sign.
Okay, parking brake set. Let's go through the shutdown checklist. Right, parking brake set. Electrical equipment autopilot if installed off. Avionics master switch going off. Mixture idle cutoff. Well, actually, let's go mixture idle cutoff. Once the prop stops spinning, we go ignition off. Master switch goes off. Control wheel lock install. Fuel selector valve left or right to prevent cross feeding. And that is the securing. That is the secure A2A simulations securing checklist done. I would put the extra stuff on, but that's fine. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to just go to the showcase view, and let's just run around and have a look at what else is going on. So there is that ATR that landed before us, silver. Now I wonder, is that a real livery? Let me see. Silver Airlines ATR. Wow, yeah, actually. That looks cool. Okay. GG on the model matching there. We've got ourselves the CR. No, that's the Learjet. I tell you what, that's probably the FlySimware Learjet that's come on. Do you know what? I am actually quite interested in that analog cockpit FlySimware Learjet. I might have to get that at some point and have a go on the channel. I do love all things steam gauge, as you know. And again, we've got a KLM 737-700 that looks like, and he's probably doing regional Caribbean ops, which is part of the Dutch airline setup. So, and we've got ourselves Sun Country. Now, who is this coming in? This guy looks a bit big. Ooh, that was good. Oh. Wow, look at him go. Maybe I shouldn't have parked over there. Maybe I should have parked like along here or maybe along there. Perhaps? I don't know. But that was cool. Oh, he's pushed back. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed that. Let's just have a look. I'm gonna have to look at the the landing after the stream. Let's go have a look at this here. I think I'll leave it right there, guys. Thank you for joining the stream, and hope you have a good evening. And I'll catch you next time. See you soon. Yep. Good night, go friend. See you guys.